Oh Lord, it's time for that discussion. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Stylosa. So it's Summer Games again. Now, this doesn't really come as much of a shock, does it? But I think what a lot of people are kind of, maybe a little bit disappointed. I don't want to say people are shocked at this, but I think people are disappointed at this, is a new and exciting summer. Now, that might refer to more things than just the Summer Games. This is what Jeff famously said, and well, I mean, when we look at these Summer Games that we've got right now, it's kind of a laugh that it's called Summer Games. I mean, in fact, there's a post on Reddit right now which just says 4 years in and Summer Games is still just Summer Game. And it totally is, right? Because, well, I mean, there's just one game mode. It's Lucio Ball. Now, to be fair, over the last couple of years, I mean, it sounds ridiculous now. I'm saying over the last couple of years, Lucio Ball, well, it had slight changes, right? We got things like competitive Lucio Ball. We got balance changes to Lucio Ball. All kinds of little bits and pieces. We got new maps, although they're not really maps. It's the same map, just with a different, well, bit of scenery, I guess, around the side. I was going to say skybox, but it's a bit more than that. You get a bit of like 3D elements and stuff like that, but it's basically the same map. You don't really look outside of the map all that much. You remember last year we got Busan, and it was no, it wasn't Busan. What am I talking? Yeah, no, it was actually. Was it Busan? I think it was Busan. Right, I'm getting confused because Busan's a map. It was the South Korean one anyway. It's Seoul, Busan, whatever. That's what we got. But it's not really a new map. It's still the same thing. Now, this is where a lot of people's frustration comes from. Is, well, this year, right, the amount of skins we've got is very low, okay? We do have the insane Torb skin, which you could argue does just sort of make up for the lack of skins and stuff overall, because it's so good, but that's all we really get. Then we get the 3 mini weekly events. So each week we get a little event. The current one, which is running right now, you can unlock the amazing, and actually I'm not saying this sarcastically, it is a pretty good skin, Reaper, the American Reaper skin. You just have to win 9 games, and then next week it's the May skin, and the week after that it's the Reinhardt skin. You just have to win 9 games, and it's fine. But are you going to play Lucio Ball? I mean, am I going to play Lucio Ball? I've played it to record footage for this video, but that's kind of it. It's just the same. Like the guys on Reddit were saying, Summer Games is still just Summer Game. Like, I don't understand why they didn't just introduce a new game mode every year. I mean, you could have like a badminton mode, a basketball mode, I don't know, like loads of different modes, right? Whatever the Olympics have got. A skiing mode, although maybe that would be better, I guess, for the winter event. But like, whatever, right? Just do something different. Thing is, they haven't, right? And this has got me a little bit worried, because when we look at the previous event, Storm Rising, that again was really light on content, and this has been the theme this year. And what are the reasons for this, and how do they sort of bail themselves out? Well, with Storm Rising, what they did is, yes, they launched an event. It's got very light content, but then a few days later they update the PTR with the workshop, a major feature which arguably was more, well, it was more interesting than the event. So I remember I made quite a few videos on that at the time, because I was like, wow, this is actually, it's good, it's new, it's interesting, it's fresh, and we like it. And of course, we've seen a lot of workshop creators come to the fore, people like Darwin, PMA Jellies, all these different kinds of people who have been making insane mods in the workshop, so it was cool. But that kind of saved that event, so people forget how bad that event was. Is this the same thing, right? Are we going to get another update this week which will give us what we believe will be roll queue onto PTR and maybe some other changes, right? If that happens, will it again offset the problem of the Summer Games? But I think the issue here is we're kind of deflecting the issue, right? So we're saying like, okay, Summer Games, okay, it's not great, but there's another PTR update and that's fine, and that's whatever. The thing is, the issue still remains. Summer Games is actually really bloody boring. I watched my old video back from 2016. The very first Lucio Ball game, Summer Game. It was the first Overwatch event. I remember they sent out these little, like, they actually sent me a loot box, Blizzard did. It was made of cardboard, so it wasn't like a metal loot box, but in it had various bits of Summer Game, you know, paraphernalia, had like a big gold medal and stuff like that. It was cool, right? It was like, wow, what's this? An awesome update. But we're basically going into it again, and then again, and then again, and again, and again. It's the same event every year. It is arguably the weakest event as well. It's the least sort of interesting, because it just doesn't do anything different. It's just the same thing over and over again. So we go back to this idea of what the hell are Blizzard doing? Now, we do know that at the start of the year, Blizzard did fire a lot of staff, which was kind of funny because they literally posted the best earnings the company had ever made, and then they went, by the way, we're going to fire hundreds and hundreds of staff. Now, In terms of Overwatch, or the way this kind of focuses on Overwatch, is it only really affected Overwatch's community teams, Overwatch's like customer support, basically stuff which wasn't involved with the design and the development of the game. In fact, they have said they are increasing the size of the Overwatch team. So this begs the question, doesn't it? What are they doing? What is going on? I believe, right, that we get something massive at BlizzCon this year, right? And it will be either Overwatch 2 or it will be a major expansion. Now, this has been leaked by various people on the internet that this is probably the case. Now, if that is true, that gives them the perfect excuse to be, oh, well, guys, we were sort of in a maintenance mode in 2019. We were just keeping things ticking along. We had a skeleton crew. We moved all of our best designers onto this brand new major expansion, major experience for Overwatch. Now, if that happens, is it forgivable? This is the thing as well. Like, I mean, we can't have everything. We can't have the game being massively updated and then suddenly a new game. Or can we? I don't know. Like, I'm not a game designer. I'm not a producer or anything like that. So I have no idea how this works. But for me as a consumer and me as a player of Overwatch, I look at the game and I'm like, well, it's these events, this isn't enough to make me play Overwatch again. Yes, okay. If we do get roll queue on the PTR this week, and then if it does come to competitive fairly soon after, yeah, I'll be playing Overwatch a hell of a lot more, because I don't play competitive that much right now because it's just annoying and frustrating to play. It's too random and I don't like it. So that, yes, would fix Overwatch for me in a sense. It would make it way more playable. But what about these events? We can't just keep having the same event over and over again. Now, maybe as well, this is something else we could speculate on. The Hero launch is later this year. Maybe the Hero comes with its own event. I think that'd be cool. Before Summer Games came out this year, I was speculating that when Jeff did say, yeah, there's going to be big changes to the summer sort of schedule, that maybe the event, Summer Games, they get rid of it because it's kind of crap, right? And then what they give us is a sort of awesome event which introduces the new hero, the male tank, well, male hero, you know, we don't know if it's a tank, I just completely made that up, but I just said that because of Malga. I mean, it's got to be Malga, right? Anyway, male hero gets introduced into the game, and then there's a big lore event attached to it, but that's not the case. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I am disappointed, really. Summer Games, to me, is basically just a Torbjorn skin and a different menu screen. Yeah. All right, guys, I've been Stylosa. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @Stylosa. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is @Stylosa as well. And thank you guys for the support recently on the channel. It's been beautiful, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Toodaloo.